Welcome everybody to Nectar of the Pods. I am your host, Graveshift77, and we got a fun one today. We are packed full and loaded into a chat room. I am with collector extraordinaire Steeple Bro and the stellar summoner himself, Leonidas, and the rogue deck master Viper. How are you all doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty good myself. Thank you for inviting us.
Absolutely, man.
I'm doing solid. Rogue Deck Master feels a bit like you're hyping me up a little bit, though.
Listen,
Don't sell yourself short.
Consistent tops with decks like Voltempest Turbo is crazy. Just gonna throw that out there.
Don't forget Sonic or Falicane. Come on now.
Go.
That's the cool one. We like that one.
Appreciate it, brother. Gotta always be on my collecting game, but I'll be getting into competitive here in this next set.
Awesome. Can't wait to see it, brother, because you are the dude, like your collection is crazy, man. Like you have like all sealed products, you've got like rare products as well, like it's just all cleanly displayed. Like it's
yeah.
I'm jealous of it.
Yeah, I definitely jumped on the when I first saw the promo starter decks, I had to jump on those, and I knew I was never gonna open those. And then everything else, I kind of want to have at least one of every sealed product.
That's fair. That's entirely fair.
You don't blame me for that.
Yeah, no. I have a collection I want to save myself. Like I've got a decent bit of bulk and like some stuff, but the problem with my collection is it is all opened because I cannot keep sealed product to save my life.
Well, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, when you got as many Stellars running around in the world, still, even now, with first edition and Frostfall coming out, you can't be too sure. If you're sitting on sealed product, you might just be potentially sitting on a big, nice full art, or you might just be sitting on reverse stellar, which they have now, or you might even just be sitting on a serialized one. So you're taking a gamble by not cracking it open. So
I guess it
you know
depends
yourself
on your preference as a collector, though.
Yeah, that's true. I would agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I may or may not still have 6 or 7 sealed Kickstarter boxes. And I pulled I think it was 2 Stellars, I think Sonicor and Emphyrix, which I think were the 2 best from Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Out of 8 boxes, so I'm like, there is a temptation there, but
I mean, honestly, in your situation, you already got 2, so like I wouldn't even seek out more than that. I'd be happy with that.
Oh yeah.
I would agree with that.
They're 2 of the more cool sellers, I think, too.
Oh yeah, no, I myself, I would definitely say myself that I say this to everybody, like, don't go hunting them unless you're willing to expect that there's a potential that once you hit this air quotes, the odds that you might potentially still not pull one from them. Obviously, Dan and the team haven't released those numbers for good reason. And it also just makes it a lot more fun to pull one and crack them up and be like, oh my god, a stellar! And having all those nice reactions.
Every TCG needs to have chase cards. And I feel like Alestral's nailed it perfectly with how rare and elusive Stellars are. It is crazy to me. It is the ultimate chase card for any collector.
Oh yeah, no, I especially agree. I remember when I was getting into the game originally, I was like, oh, there's no Stellars in first edition that are going to tickle my fancy. And then after I got my box, I was like, you know what? Let's see. Let's take a chance on the one box. And then I haven't looked back since. Valkyrie's kind of changed my mind looking at it. Not mad about it. Definitely other ones that I probably would have had higher on the priority list, but I can't complain. Beggars can't be choosers.
I think going off the game that shall not be named with the initial MZ. I think their biggest mistake was like telling buyers how much product was printed. Because then I think, I think keeping Celestrals as like a rough guess, and not an exact science, that makes it a lot more fun to chase those cards.
Well, also with the fact that as we start to get into more distribution, and Dan himself and the community start to get out there more, the production will most likely increase to supplement that, and it'll mean that they might be a little bit harder to get, but there's definitely going to be more ways, as we've seen kind of with the reverse stellars in Frostfall. There's going to be more ways.
My thoughts
Pull 'em.
of it is like right now we have in each set I think it's what 10 serialized stellars. 10, right?
Something like that.
10 except for the starter decks and the box topper.
Right,
Those are
right.
exclusive.
I'm just speaking in like the general consensus
Yeah.
of like the booster box and the pack pools.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they increase production and they increase the amount of product that is put out, they will probably increase the number of serialized stellars.
I would definitely agree.
I don't think that they would increase it by much, but I feel like they would have to add in a couple of extra ones just to supplement that amount, you know, that volume.
I could see a world where it gets boosted from 10 to 12 or something like that, depending on how many LGSs take on Celestials, which it's looking real nice.
Yeah, it's looking really good. And it's so
Mm.
early too. Like this is a good sign.
Yep. I also love that Stellars are not pay to win. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
they
yeah.
That's the biggest
Oh,
thing
God,
too.
yeah.
Like it's literally just a shiny, sparkly version of an actual regular card that you would use in regular gameplay. There's nothing different about it except for the appearance and except for the rarity.
Yep.
The only ones that I think there's a little bit more advantage in Shattered Star to make it kind of not really pay to win, but like, you know, if you can really load up on packs and Shattered Stars versus like buying booster boxes. Like you know, there's like a budget aspect to a booster box. Shattered Stars, it's like, you know, if you wanted 99 packs, you could ultimately afford that.
Yeah.
It's just like if you wanted like Kickstarter, for instance, I went in on the second highest tier, right? Will I spend that kind of money every single time a booster box drops? No, I will not. So, but then again, it just comes up. I think that's any set or Shattered Star subscription. I think it's just based upon like what you're willing to spend.
Yeah, and the coolest part about it is it's per bundle. So you get 3 packs and in one bundle. So you start at 1 and then you can increase from there. But the coolest thing about that is the staples that they put in there as commons. So you can load yourself up with staples. And really the only thing that's gonna like increase your like the value, I guess, would be all of the holographics and the chance to pull stellars, which Shattered Stars does seemingly increase the odds to pull a stellar. But the coolest part about it is it's still a serialized, so there's still only 99 copies or 10 copies of that stellar. So it doesn't take away from the fact that you just got one of the rarest cards ever. Even though the odds are higher for you to get one, it's not guaranteed.
And I think short term, like the value of those stellars are like lower than like Kickstarter first edition and now Frostfall.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I think long term, like long term, all these cards, like that's why like I'm trying to get at least one of each. Was it Marble Statue and Shattered Stained Glass?
Yeah.
Because it's like these cards are never going to be made again.
Nope.
And it's like for us in the community right now, like, oh, cool, we have them. There's gonna be people in the community that join that missed these months, and they're gonna be like, oh wow.
They're gonna be
These
like,
cards are
those
sick.
were awesome. Dang, I can't get those now. Yep. Now the value goes way up on them because they're never getting reprinted, and I like that aspect as well. It also kind of tickles the itch of getting like alternative like rares like from the booster box. Like there was a thread going on the general chat in the Discord today about this, like the fact that you get an alt art spirit, right? Or in Frostfall and I guess Onward, it's not an alt art, it's just a holographic spirit. You get a full art and then you load up on 12 other holos potentially, you know, give or take. And like what's the alternative there? They introduced reverse stellars, right? Well, so far it's looking like reverse stellars are still extremely rare. So what's the middle ground between a full art and the reverse stellar, right? Okay, one can argue that what would suffice for that is in Shattered Stars already, like with the full art stained glasses and the full art statues and the full art spirits, right? So like what are y'all's opinions on this? Like, what do y'all think could be added into a booster box or in the pack chances, right? That could be a level under the reverse stellars, but just a tier higher than the full arts.
I would probably say alt arts, like of the same cards. So kind of like how we have stained glass, Penterror, stained glass Majesty, etc. And then like full art versions of the spirits. Having like different arts like we already do, like we have alt art spirits, but also potentially having like alt art positions and different styles of drawing for different cards, as well as potentially making something like alt art stellars. I doubt that Dan would do that, considering he just recently put reverse stellars on the map, but doing something like that where it's like, oh yeah, this is a Galvenom, but it's drawn by so and so in a completely different style than what you've seen.
Yeah, see,
And it would kind of give that
the
creative
issue
access.
the issue there is because that's already done in Shattered Stars, because you get alt arts of all these cards in Shattered Stars.
That's true.
My opinion in other TCGs that will not be named, I have always had a fascination with reverse holo cards.
Yep.
Those are one of my favorite aesthetics to any card game, is the reverse holo. So I would love if Alestrals did that. I don't know if that'd be a notch above a full art, but I just love me some.
Well,
reverse
it can be
holo.
a notch below full arts too. Like, just have something else besides the product that we're giving, because there is a piece missing that I feel, and that's some of us feel in the community as well. There's something missing rarity wise from like the pulls. And I feel like it could be like a reverse holo, like you said, the same way they do reverse stellars, but make it like a reverse holo of like a common card or something like that. Or even a reverse holo of one of the regular holos.
Yeah, that kind of stumps me. I mean, that's probably why I would never make my own card game, because there's like so much creativity that goes into this, and it's like the fact this is only 2 years old, not even, right? It's a year and a half. Like, this is like the whole reason I jumped on it was, I think all of us kind of have been. I mean, I don't want to speak for all you guys, but like, I think all of us have kind of been like aged out of Pokemon. Like, I still like playing Pokemon, but it's like the games have just gotten so, like, this last game.
They've gotten really stale, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they've gotten one of my biggest issues with the progression of Pokemon. Yes, they've given us what we asked for, which was full, open world exploration. They gave us, increased shiny odds, increased ways to get shinies, that kind of thing.
Did they like? Here's my thing though. Did they though? Did they give us a full free roam game? They still had to go in order.
Yeah, you did still
They
have
still
to
did
go
to a
in order.
degree.
Okay, here's the controversy, right? So like we got the open world, but it wasn't open world in the sense that you think open world. Like, when I think open world, I think like Bethesda games like Fallout, the Elder Scrolls. I think of games like newer and also by Nintendo, Zelda with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, that kind of thing. And we got an expansion upon what the wild area was in Sword and Shield with Scarlet and Violet. That's the way I feel.
That's a fair.
Here's my thing with it is, like, they gave us, it felt almost like the back half of Gold and Silver at times. If you accidentally went out of order and you went into a place where you're supposed to go earlier, I was like, oh, I just ran through it.
Yeah, it was just so easy.
I just ripped through it. But to bring it back, going back to like Alestrals and like all these creative things that they've already done, like, for people who strictly look at gameplay, it's creative across the board now. Like, you've got, like, as of next month, you'll have all our Viscerus. Everybody and their mother has about 45 Hollow Viscerus now from Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Like you've got a ton of cards. Like if you want to play Sonic Core, you've got like 6 or 7 different options that you can use. I mean, if you're lucky, obviously full art stellars and regular stellars if you want to use them.
The reprinting
like-
of them to make them more accessible, though. No, I totally
Talking about-
I totally get that. I really like. See, the issue with me is I've never taken on a card game the way that I've taken on Alestrals, and I'm gonna tell you one of the main reasons. Yes, the gameplay is fun. Yes, the card arts are absolutely amazing. The card arts are like a big seller for me, but I'll tell you one of the biggest reasons that I dove headfirst into Alestrals, and that is one of the main reasons that I am so okay doing this type of episode on my show. It's because of you guys, the community, everybody out there. Like, when I first got into Alestrals, I liked the game, and I kind of had a base understanding of it. I didn't dive headfirst into it until a couple of months ago, and Viper was one of the first people that I actually interacted with that was there already playing, that was willing to help me with my deck building and help me understand the basis of the game. But it was just the welcoming and the overall joy I got just hanging out and just vibing and playing the game and just having a great time. Never had more fun losing in a game than I have in Alestrals, and I think that just goes to show how great the community is, because it wasn't the fact that I was losing in the game, it was the fact that I was losing but having fun while hanging out with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would.
I definitely got in because of the community. Well, I got in because of tournaments, because I love a competitive atmosphere. Tournaments are my bread and butter, but the tournaments wouldn't exist without the community, so I have to credit that for me getting into this game. Because when I first looked at it, I was a bit iffy, because a lot of the mechanics in my head didn't make sense, and then I played it and they did.
Yeah.
So the tournament scene and the community at large definitely kept me around playing.
The tournament scene is really exciting too. Like, I jumped in immediately to the tournament scene, and I have never been of a competitive mindset. That's just a testament to how fun the game is to play, even in a competitive sense. Like, if you're gonna play the game, then just jump head first right now, because like, it's a very small community right now, and the tournaments are no larger than 25 people that we've seen so far, anyways. You know, so like
true.
it's a lot easier to get into that scene, whereas in other larger TCGs, there's already a big established player base that plays like top tier decks that will just demolish you if you go against them. Alestrals gives people the chance to, even if you're not running a meta deck or meta relevant strategy, you still have a chance to at least compete. You know, you don't necessarily have to win, but you can take it to the edge. Like, there were certain decks that I played that I got wins with, and I'm just like, how did I just beat you? You know, like,
So we're going rogue, huh? That's my bread and butter.
I myself would personally say that I got into the game because I used to watch Dan growing up when I was younger. I used to be into his shiny hunting and everything, and I was watching him every now and then when I was a kid. Even now, at the ripe old age that I am, I still watch it. And two of my buddies said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get into this. Would you be interested?" Like, I pointed it out to them and everything, and they're like, "Yeah, sure." And then I kind of took a hiatus, just kind of step away, do some cool stuff and everything. But now that I've kind of had more time to kind of be part of the community, I've gotten to meet a lot of amazing people. I've gotten to meet Viper. I've gotten to meet a lot of other people that I've competed with my first tournament a couple weeks ago. And I have felt welcomed and included the entire way through my journey. And it has been nice to kind of be in a place where it's okay to lose and get feedback, but it's not feedback like, "Oh yeah, this is a trash deck, you should stop playing, you should just be a collector, you shouldn't have even picked up the game." Like, it's like, "Oh yeah, this might be a little bit weird, but have you considered doing this or that?" instead of just giving it direct. It gives you an open-ended response that allows you to kind of explain why you're doing something. And that in turn allows other people to learn how you play so that they can help you as well. And that was something that really got me into the game.
Can you all stop saying I'm a nice person? I have a reputation to keep.
No,
Too late for
Viper, I
that.
will say this. You put new players through the ringer. Like, you will teach them.
Oh, no.
You will teach
It's
them,
tough
but
love, but it's there.
you put them in their place like, yo, bro, like, nah, like, I'm not just gonna give you an easy win here. Like, I'm gonna test you. I'm gonna put you to the I'm gonna put you through the test.
I like to point people to the answers on how to improve things, but I'm not gonna give you the answer. I'm gonna wash you till you figure it out.
See, I would say personally, the first time I played, I stepped into the server. I'm like, hey, I need some help building a deck. I went up against baboons, and they had just previously played somebody who was fresh, and I'm like, yeah, no, don't give me that baby stuff. Like, I want you to hit me with it hard and heavy. Like, make sure that I understand what the game is without giving me like any assistance. I want to learn hands-on. Throw me in. We're fighting in the octagon, like MMA, WWE style fighting, and I got my butt handed to me multiple times.
Yeah, I believe, and Grave, you can either confirm or deny this. There were several mechanics that I taught Grave by doing them to him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was like, wait, what are you doing? And you were like, okay, so because I did this, this happens, and because this happens, it negates what you were trying to do to me. And I'm like, wait, what? Like,
Viper,
one of my favorites
favorites
that I used to this day, and it's still one of my favorite interactions, is altering a spirit from one card to another to negate the target of a Laurels. That is one of my all-time favorite card interactions.
Yeah, because it's no longer a valid target because it's not the least spirits.
That's right. That's true.
Yep.
Forgot about that.
There's so
One of
many
the
Sneaky.
intricacies in this game, and the intricacies are like the funnest part for me to learn, because to this day I've been playing for a few months, so I will not call myself an expert. Hell, I wouldn't even call myself an A-tier player. I would say that I'm like B plus, maybe low A. I that's where I would rank myself personally. But you know, I still learn things, like to this day. Like I'll be playing a game and I'll be like, okay, why did that happen? You know, and it's like this because of this, and I'm like, oh, see, that makes sense.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, you know, there's still little things in this game that like don't pop up all the time, but when they do pop up, it's like, ooh, like what a cool scenario, what a cool little interaction that just happened there, you know?
Yeah. I definitely got into this. I definitely got into the game. The trust with Dan is completely there. Like, he's one of the only PokeTubers that have been like, you know, consistent all the way through.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I saw he was coming through with something, I was like, yo, I gotta jump on this early because it's too good to pass up. Yeah. And I mean, you already have a million subscription on YouTube, so it's like he's already got a fan base, whether that latched on or not. You knew that there's gonna be a pretty big fan base, or like a community to begin with. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm an expert at the game by any means either. I mean, there was a couple where I think I was like one game away from top cutting, but that was like early before the meta really even came together. But yeah, there's so many like fluky little things that, like, Exaltair can just end you, or Eruption can just end you. Like, you can be in complete control of the game. You have two spirits left. All of a sudden, it's like an Exaltair or an Eruption comes out, and you're like, all right.
One of the best interactions to end a game in that same sense is when the opponent has 0 spirits and you top deck Toxeon and you just cast Toxeon.
Oh yeah, you just end on the expend 1 response. I have nothing.
Yeah.
My favorite interaction.
Well, the death of me competitively is trying to make Blazerus work. Well, making.
Look. Frostfall is your set to start going in on Blazerus.
I know.
Turbo
Well,
Blazerus
I was trying to
is deadly, man. I've gone up against
I
it
know.
a few times, more than a few times at this point, and it is scary. Fire is scary now. Like, if you know you're going up against a turbo fire deck, you better be prepared because it will hit you and you will not know what to do about it.
Alright, but in that
totally
case,
agree
I
with
have
that.
to ask, is Blazerous better than Caperfume, though?
I think
that's
Caperfume is a good tech option if you want to go wide instead of go tall. Blazerous is the tall option. Caperfume is the wide option.
Can we also talk about how it's entirely possible as well? Oh yeah, we obviously haven't seen anything from Daybreak, but it's entirely possible that Fire's also going to get better in Daybreak too.
Oh yeah, I feel like all of the elements are going to get better with each set. Like each set is going to introduce something else that helps each element out and gives it some key pieces. Now some might get a little more than others depending on, you know, the state of where it's at. Like with Frostfall, Earth didn't get very much. If anything, Fruit got the best bump up from Frostfall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earth Beaters just got very little to no support.
Yeah.
Because what are you gonna do? Throw a Moss Station in an Earth Beaters deck? I don't think that works. Cyprong is probably the best option for Earth Beaters if you want to add a card.
I've heard people trying to throw Wasp Ivy in there, and I was just like,
Wasp Ivy is an engine all of its own, and it does not work with Earth Beaters. I've tried it. It takes away so much consistency, and it does. It's not it.
Okay, I'm glad that I have that on my radar for that.
Yeah, so if you're going for, in my experience with Wasp Ivy works really good in a fruit engine. Now, the problem with that as well comes with now you're mixing two deck types together that need certain pieces to be really good. I feel like Wasp Ivy right now is kind of in a limbo state where like it can be really good, but it can also just be really bad.
Be really bricky, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Wasp Ivy is fun, especially if you get the combo out and you're just able to just destroy everything. But the thing about it is if you want to run it in a fruit engine, then you're running the fruit engine with Wasp Ivy, which the fruit engine has a very specific set that it needs to run consistently. And you take away that consistency by adding in Wasp Ivy.
That's
true. The fruit engine has no offensive pressure whatsoever.
Well,
it's like,
that changes a bit with the addition of Moss Station. Moss Station gives you fruit that little bit of offensive pressure that you need for that moment to make sure that you're able to get your plays off with like your Drakaya and your Lotagon and so on and so forth. And also you can tech in a Vertilith into fruit as well to get extra healing from the healing that you're already getting immensely. So like I like Wertz's description. He just released a video with the Elastronauts today breaking down the fruit engine, and it does work better as a control stall option as opposed to just like a big offensive pressure.
Yeah,
I mean that's what it seems like fruit's always done.
It's like the thing with that though is like I think it's gonna run into the same issues as you had in base set, because it's like unless you're running chains with it, like what's keeping the offensive pressure from just getting organs shut down or shielded out, you know?
Well, that's where Lotagon comes into play because he's able to pop cards, and then there's also I like his addition of Thunderstorm in fruit as well. Because I feel like Thunderstorm got immensely better with Frostfall, and I feel like it's been a slept-on card for the longest time, and I feel like we're about to start seeing a lot more Thunderstorms.
I feel like you only say that though because as of late you've been playing a lot of Bronticlo as well. I feel like that's gotten you in there. That's made you a little jaded to it.
Hey! Don't put my bias in this, okay? I love Fun Glow and Brontiglow. Okay, let's keep it at that. I've worked with that deck since the start. That is the deck that I've worked the most on, and that I am the most proud of the results that I get from it. and it is very fun to run Bronze Glow, and Thunderstorm is a very strong card. Now, the argument to that is, what if I go up against a deck that runs more offensive, aggressive play than they do back row counterplay, and that deck falls hard to a aggro fire deck. Aggro fire destroys Bronze Glow, dude, because they're not playing as much back row support. So what my deck tries to do, which is destroy back row and have the necessary pieces to counter back row. If there's no back row in play, then I have a bunch of dead cards that I just cannot use, and it hurts so bad.
And chains is basically the back row they'd be playing, which negates anything that you could potentially slow them down with.
Exactly. So it's really rough against fire. Like, if you're running Bronze Glow and you run into an aggro fire deck, you better be prepared, because there is a very slim chance you are coming out of that one on top. I will just say that right now.
Card that gets really, we mentioned it before I think we started recording, but P-Gust gets pretty competitive, probably even more competitively viable than it did in base set, I think.
Oh yeah, I would agree 100%.
You just be able to pop runes off an enchantment. It's like you're chipping away at like a probably a little less counter rune heavy meta. And like, if P-Gust gets not scary, but like it gets a little bit more annoying.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Viper can attest to this with his his
hands
strategy.
down.
Tell us a little bit about what you've been cooking with P-Gust, my guy.
Okay, well, when it comes to wind decks in general lately, I've been loving P-Gust, Tower Winds, and Helios Chariot Ride. Just because P-Gust pop 2 and then summon just any big card you're holding, and you can water enchant it to be immune to Tsunami. You can fire enchant it if you don't want to get Eruption, although I don't think that's much of an issue.
If they're running a stadium like Mount Olympus, you can utilize that as well by throwing a Thunder Spirit on it.
Yep. And P-Gust just being able to pop 2 off of a Tower Winds is strong. It pairs well with Nemisail too. I think Tower Winds, the Nexus effect of it is the strongest part of that card, and it pairs so well with P-Gust. Because back row is still, in my opinion, the most important thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So just being able to get potentially 2 pops, or 2 pops and a Gorgons. Well, I guess you'd get 1 in a Gorgons because I'd negate the other pop. You know what I mean. P-Gust real strong in this format. I've been running it in Thunder lists. One Thunder list in particular.
I wonder what that could be.
It could be literally
too.
boat, okay.
Surely it's not Imperial, right?
No, it's
card?
definitely
No.
Sonic Core. What do you mean it's Sonic Core?
Yeah, I'm back to Sonic Core Falicane, totally. Yeah. I think Volt is a sleeper deck this format. It feels so evil. You still need 2 outs to get rid of it. The
And
outs to it
also,
are not common.
it's so much easier to get out now too.
You also get access to the Mount Olympus Race to the Top engine.
Race to the Top is just gonna be obnoxious. I can already tell.
I can attest to this, actually. I run Race to the Top in my Bronze Glow deck, and that is one of my all-time favorite things to do, bro. It just shuts down immediately whatever the opponent just tried to do.
It's great. It's great. I think it's needed, because like sometimes you can't, like, if you're in like an Celestial deficit, like, and you're bricking, like, sometimes you need something to change that momentum, and I think all of those ideas are going to help, like, kind of swing games. But sometimes it can feel like you're like you're like dead in the water, and you actually are.
I
Like,
can
you
tell you
can't
this
pull it
right
back.
now because of my engine. I played a game against the Chivalror Frost Nexus deck with Bronzeglow, and because of RT3, I was able to out their Chivalror because I was able to take off their Mountains of Boreas with Mount Olympus.
Mhm.
I was then able to RT3 their Chivalror to get the Chivalror off the board. And then they pulled out another Chivalror on me, and I just altered to put it into defense. And then I was able to get out my Bronzeglow on the next turn and hit over it.
Yeah.
2 Chivalrors in less than 3 turns I was able to out. And
Mhm.
that's not saying that Chivalror is bad, and I might have just had the right setup that I needed, but it just
God
goes to
hand.
show, like, stadium play is so huge in Frostfall. It is going to be so much more impactful than a lot of people, I think, are seeing currently.
Oh yeah, no,
I-
I would
Well,
definitely agree.
that goes back to the fruit deck, right? Like, Mustation goes up to 6, but it's like with increased stadium play, Astro Rabbit still shuts that down, right? Like, Astro Rabbit's still at 6 at that point. With everybody running Thunder is going to run a stadium in their deck. They're all going to be running Race to the Top. It'd be dumb not to. So Astro Rabbit is again a premier card that everybody's going to run 3 of.
Yep.
And it's going to make it even.
I can say this though. Astrabbit does fall off a bit. Now, does it fall off completely? No, it is still a great card. I still think it's top 3
Yeah.
personally. But it does fall off a bit just because of the fact of the amount of ways that we are getting in Frostfall that allows you to get out those big bodies quickly. And so Astrabbit is not as big of an issue in the face of a Cryoling to Cryovern Ascension. It's not as big of an issue in the face of an Arcturus expend 2 to hit 9 attack. It's not as big of an issue with Lavalith being such a big piece, because Lavalith hits the board, pops the Mount Olympus, and then hits over the Rabbit. You see what I mean? Like, there are a bunch of pieces that counter Rabbit in Frostfall, and I love that. It does not take away from the fact that Rabbit is still good. Rabbit is still going to be found in multitude of decks just because of the value and the big booty that it has,
That's an interesting way to put it. I will definitely say in my Water Wind deck, I have Rabbit in there. And at first I was told by 1 or 2 people, they were like, why do you have Rabbit in here? That's kind of a weird ad. And I was like, well, it adds to the draw consistency, and it means I don't have to rely on Nog or expending to get it in. And as of right now, the record I believe I have with it is 8-12, which is pretty good considering that most of my other decks usually go like 0-20.
That's fair. Like, your water wind control deck is really fun, and I have one myself that I run, and it is awesome. It is such a control stall deck, and like, if you can hold out long enough, you can extend the game to the point where your opponent has to pull certain cards in order to get over you, and it's really fun to play if you're okay with having a longer game. I had a game against Parduo the other day where she was running Lock and I was running Terrasail.
Oh no.
And I swear to you, I swear to you, this game went on forever. I think Viper actually hopped into that game to spectate it towards the tail end.
Oh, I did. I remember now.
Dude, before you hopped in, bro, we were already going for like 15 to 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It was absolutely absurd, the amount of time that it took, because it was just, I would heal, she would heal, I would heal, she would heal. We were just stalling, waiting for a card that we needed, and she got the card before me, and it ended with me losing. But it was so wild. It was such a crazy good game because we brought each other down to our final spirits, and it was just back and forth, stall. I love the amount of different play styles there are in Elestrals. Like, there's so many different ways to build certain decks, and you can also tweak certain decks to be different and do something different. Like Viper's Voltempest deck is a key indicator of that. Like it's a Thunder Nexus, Wind Nexus toolbox deck that is Voltempest, and it plays so differently.
Yep, it has all the same tools of Thunder Nexus. It has access to the Wind Toolbox cards, not as consistently, admittedly, but it plays so different than Thunder Nexus while just having the same core cards that it's really awkward for. Well, I can't say this because I don't play against it, but it seems to be awkward for people who play against it because it does what you don't expect it to do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can be an attest to that. Like it's such a weird deck to play against. Like, and I mean, I think I can say the same thing about my Bronzeglow deck. It's like Thunder Nexus, but it's not Thunder Nexus. It's a semi-aggro Bronzeglow turbo, basically. Like you're able to get Bronzeglow out really quickly, really efficiently. Then your opponent has to deal with it. You get increased stats of your Thunder Elestrals, and you decrease the stats of non-Thunder Elestrals, and it can just be a huge nuisance. I think, like, the deck, I think the first day of Frostfall releasing on the app went, like, 6-0, and it was just so wild to me. And I've since made tweaks to it because there were consistency issues, and there were some things that needed addressing on it, and I believe I've kind of nailed that down a bit. I will 100% have it completely nailed down before the first webcam tourney, and I'm pretty sure I'm running Bronzeglow in the tournament. Like I don't see any other way around it. I've been having so much fun with the deck. The deck performs really good, really solidly, and like there's just so many different ways to play, and it's really fun and really awesome.
I personally have to say, I know that you and Viper have both gone up. We had talked about it a little bit before, going up against the water and wind control deck that I played. How did you guys? Did you guys think that was an interesting mix-up from what you guys have kind of seen from other people, or was it around the kind of same deck list?
It was a pain in the ass, I'll tell you that much.
I can't. I remember.
It's very standard Wind Toolbox until Tarot Sail touches the board, and then the game changes.
That's why I love Terrasail. The second I saw it, I'm like, this is my child. I will protect it with my life. Execute Order 66 on site. All
right. Definitely. Okay, so on that note, I want to know what each of y'all's absolute favorite Alestral is from Frostfall, and what everybody's absolute favorite card is, because there's a difference. Starting with Steeple.
My favorite card, so favorite Alestral versus favorite card.
And it can be the same thing if you don't have a distinguishable difference there. It can be. It can be.
I think my favorite Alestral, just based upon design, is Cryoscorch. I think that.
Oh yeah, that's sick. A beauty.
That one's it's just so sick. I mean, probably you know what I don't want to say like it's not an Alestral, but I think my favorite card that is coming out is Chains, because I just like what it does for the meta.
Absolutely.
I like that it so design wise, definitely Cryoscorch. That thing's just cool. And then Chains, as far as like the card, is I think gonna make the biggest difference.
Good choices. Viper?
Moth. Easily my favorite Alestral.
Who would have guessed?
So cool. It does so much. There will be a day where the Moth wins the tournament, and I will be the one piloting it. But we're not there yet.
Is crazy, dude. Flammomoth,
cracked.
If it touches the board, it is so hard to out it.
The Alestronauts are not gonna like to hear that. Okay.
Alestronauts. Okay, look. I love Caleb. I love Josh. I love Swolax. I love Coder. I love them all to death, and they have very, very valid points, and they have very valid opinions. The fact that they did not put Moth in at least Rogue really blows my mind. And
Yeah.
okay, and I get the argument because you need a lot of specific things and you need a lot of things to go the way that you need them to go. However,
And you know what's funny?
the consistency
Well,
factors
yeah.
in Moth, at least playing Viper's version of Moth, was just crazy to me. Like there was so many times where he was just able to get Moth out like that, and then I was screwed, and then I didn't know how to
Yeah.
play. You know, it's like
Touching back to the topic of my favorite card in Frostfall, the most disrespected card is Tower of Winds.
I agree. I can totally get behind that, dude, because that card has so much utilization that you can use. I mean, you don't even have to ascend out of it. You can just use it for the Nexus effect and pop off.
Okay, Tower of Winds enables every single one of my favorite cards. Fowlicane, online, and you can't Tsunami it. Dracodoodle, online, you can't Tsunami it.
Yep.
Voltempest, you can Tsunami it, but I don't care.
Yep.
Flammoth himself, just, yeah, cool, Tsunami, sure, I'll flip myself back up next turn. Like, Tower of Winds does so much, and something that I slept on at first but have come around to, people will burn Gorgons the second they see Tower of Winds. That's how intimidating this card is.
I've done that personally.
I have bluffed out so many Gorgons with Tower Winds that it is ridiculous. Go big or go home.
Go big or go home. I love it, and it works out, and it's a way to play the game that not a lot of people are doing and not a lot of people expect, and it's so fun to see. And I love the fact that you get the baited Gorgons, because there's only 3 copies of that in a deck. If you get one of them and they've already used one, there's only one left. What are the odds they're gonna get that third one? Very low at that point.
Well, I played a game
10%.
today where I wasn't supposed to. I was looking to. Every time I kept playing, I was like, "Oh yeah, I need this." Manifested it. I need this. Manifested it. And I don't know if it's just, like the luck aura radiating around me, as some of the community members know. But anything is possible in this game, and that's what I love about it.
Grave, I think in that game you recorded against Dan, it might have been the one after actually. I had a two enchanted rabbit, 2 thunder, and Voltempest in hand, and I believe I just said, "Watch me draw Zeus for the one time," and then he just appeared.
Yep.
To which I spit out the usual catchphrase of, "Am I good at this game or what?"
Hey, that's fair. That's fair. Listen, when you got luck that just you got it on tap,
Look,
you
I
gonna
can
do,
lose
right?
every coin flip ever, but I say a card's name and that will appear in my hand in the next turn.
Yo, Viper, that's me when I'm cracking open boxes. Let's not
I
get
wish
into
I
that.
could have that. I wish I could have that luck when I'm cracking open boxes.
Hey, it's a
Bro,
little
I'd
bit
have
here,
every
it's a little
card that
bit
came from
there.
Planet Earth. Like, no one's getting that card. That's mine. I'm
Right, I mean, it is what it is, right?
gonna be the Seto Kaiba of Fowlicane.
The second Stellar Solid King comes out, he's just gonna buy up the whole market. Doesn't
Bro,
care. Just gonna have a
That's
wall.
what
of them.
Viper is
You-
holding off all of his stuff for.
You
know
don't
what, Viper?
understand how, like, I don't want to say angry, but like mildly annoyed I was when I saw the Stellar was P-Gust. I was so tilted. I was like, "Come on, man, just give me my big Hurricane Bird."
If it makes you feel any better, I have a feeling within the next couple of sets they're gonna have something for Falcane, but it's gonna be they might do it dirty. I don't know.
What I
hope
want,
not.
what I want.
I love the Piga Stellar personally, and I think
Oh yeah, no,
that-
P-Gust.
Oh,
I'm chucking
it
every
looks
time
so
the world.
good, but it's not Fowlicane, so I have to hate it objectively. Like, I can't.
the same way they did you dirty when you made your first top cut with Falcane and the graphic
No,
was
yeah, I
not
told
Falcane.
Fowlicane it's a ton of Corbago wins on this graphic. I was so tilted. Hey, that's what sparked the Voltempest villain arc, and I'm still on that. So if you have anyone to blame for me playing Voltempest, and anyone listening right now, if I play Voltempest and I win with it, doing something stupid like Bag Rabbit, blame the people who made that graphic. It's their fault.
Leo, what is your favorite Alestro and what is your favorite card?
A lot of Alestros, but I think a lot of the viewers who know me know that by far it's a close second and third but I'd have to say that my favorite is Chautauqua, just because that thing, like the second I saw it, I'm like, this is such like a good card, not just in the sense of, oh yeah, it looks like it's gonna be like something that's played often, but also just the fact that like the artwork for it just drew me in, and I'm like, this is Precious Turtle Baby. I know what it's related to, and it works so dang well. Um, but as far as cards in general, definitely would have to say one of my big cards that I'm kind of really liking and looking at so far is probably either Altar of Stars, or if we're talking about Frostfall, it would probably be Rise from the Depths. I'm seeing a lot of play with it when I am playing it, and it's pretty nice to be able to go to tell your opponent, oh, well, you removed my Sluggle from the field. How about I just bring it back real quick?
Yep.
It's always funny to see the reactions on that.
Give an added dynamic to the game. Like they make like we talked about earlier, like stadiums and base set were, I don't want to say worthless, but like
They were kind of bad.
they're a very niche use.
I have been
And now
a
it's like,
stadium believer
give it
since
purpose.
I started playing the game. I will always play at least 1 or 2 copies of a stadium in whatever deck I'm running, just because of that +1/+1, dude. It can be so huge. And then it gives your opponent something that they have to play around as well. So, like, yeah, you have back row, but that stadium is preventing me from popping off and doing what I need to do. So instead of targeting that back row, they're going to target the stadium if they're smart about it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't completely disagree, but at the same time, it's like the way base set was playing. It's like, cool, you're getting +1, but it's like, what's +1 whenever you go to attack, there's a shield or there's a Gorgons every single time.
I mean, that's
Like,
fair, but
you
that
get
can
that
be
thing
said
set.
about just the
No, you
gameplay
get
in
that thing
general.
set.
Ray, you can't say that.
exactly.
Moth. That's not allowed.
With Flamomoth, that's
Flamomoth says
absolutely
no.
not allowed.
Yeah.
No, okay, so for me, this is a tough one, man, because I have been loving the cards that Frostfall has released. And this is just my casual player mindset, because I came into Alestrals as a casual player, and I have gone into competitive like head first, and I have gone into competitive without the right competitive mindset, which is I need to play the best cards, I need to play the best deck, I need to win, right?
I feel attacked.
I do too.
But no. This is just a basic overview, right? Okay, so I am all about the fun and unique that is in Alestrals that gets overlooked and overshadowed so much. And Frostfall introduces so much of that it is so hard for me to narrow down my favorite. But I will say I am a water player and a water lover at heart. However, I am currently in a love affair with Thunder and Funglow and Bronteglow. I cannot pull myself away from that card and that deck. It is so fun. The design is amazing. I love it. Bronteglow is so awesome, man. I absolutely... at first I wasn't a fan, right? Like when they first showed the cards, I thought it was really cool when it was revealed, because they showed like the many attempts and concepts at getting it nailed down just right. I thought that was cool. I wasn't a huge fan of it. Now, when I started looking at the set as a whole, I was like, okay, there's just a bunch of cool cards that are introduced. This is one of the coolest. And one of my favorite features of it is the suppression effect. And I think a lot of people are sleeping on the fact that suppression got so much love in Frostfall. And suppression is huge. Bronteglow basically says, okay, you want to float with your foamy? Nah, I'm just going to disenchant my Funglow, destroy your foamy, Funglow comes back, you know? And I really believe that suppression is something that everybody is kind of sleeping on at the moment, and that it will get people are gonna grasp it eventually, and they're gonna actually be like, whoa, actually this is really cool and really fun. I have a suppression deck that I run Crackhead, Cockatoodle, and Dracodoodle in, and dude, it's so fun to just shut down that card that they're using with a suppression effect.
So, what do you think this does to the Thunder or the Spark It Thunder Zeus deck?
So you
Does that
you suppress.
basically
So okay. So yes, suppression right now is
is it
not
just
really
burn?
the only really cards that do like full on suppression to where like it lasts longer than just a turn is Cockatoodle and like Crackhead, right?
Glacier Ursa also does.
That is true. Glaciersa does also suppress, but again, it's one of those things that so like if I play my Cockatoodle, right? And I have a Aeolia out on the field. That puts Cockatoodle at a 5 attack. That's a big body, right? Cockatoodle targets Spark It. Cockatoodle on the field is enchanted. You have to get rid of that Cockatoodle in order for you to get the Spark It effect. If you don't have a way to out that Cockatoodle, then you don't get to keep ripping from my hand.
Gotcha.
Same
Okay,
goes
but
for like Exaltair Burn. You can shut down Exaltair Burn. You can shut down a wall sitting there on Aetheros if they've got Atlantis online. You know what I mean? So like, it's got really cool features that I feel like they're not very prevalent right now, but I feel like they're hinting at suppression becoming a form of strategy like Mill and like Burn is. And I really feel like people are overlooking that. The amount of suppression cards we got in Frostfall is ridiculous.
I can
I'm looking
definitely
at the
see a
cards.
world where there is a water, wind, suppression, burn type deck with Exaltair and Dracodoodle.
That's what I've got
Oh Lord,
built
please
currently,
don't,
and
no.
it's actually very, very fun. it's different.
Jesus.
It's very different, and it's a weird pilot. But if you know the right pieces you need when you need them, and you can pull it off effectively, dude, Dracodoodle is so fun, and Dracodoodle is like so huge, especially when paired with like Exaltair and other cards of the sort. Like you get crazy burn, and it's like, holy crap, now I'm out of spirits. Now what do I do? Now I'm just hoping and praying that I draw an Ambrosia and I'm able to heal, but at that point he's just gonna burn me again next turn and I'm gonna be dead, so I like it. It plays very it's a very fun way to play, and it throws people off, especially with people that are utilizing strategies such as like Drataya and Aetheros for like drawing. Shuts those down completely, and then they're like, crap, now I don't have access to the things I need access to.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's like a way to get chains intertwined with this, like suppression. Because like if you can put the chains protection behind the suppression, so they can't just like. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because they can EQ as well too. So, but
And that
that's
leads me to my
the big
favorite card of Frostfall, and that is Divine Blessing.
Let's go. I was
I
wondering if you're gonna bring that up.
absolutely love Divine Blessing. I love it as a main deck card. One of my all-time favorite cards is Altar of Stars, so I try to make that fit into as many decks as I possibly can. And Divine Blessing, if you're running and you're confident that your strategy lets you have the spirits on board to use Altar of Stars, then that automatically makes you eligible to have Divine Blessing in your main deck. And Divine Blessing is another form of protection that you get. They want to Laurels you? Nah, Divine Blessing. They want to Earthquake you? Nah, Divine Blessing. They want to late game heal? Nah, Divine Blessing. They have one card in hand, and that one card is Nog.
Yeah.
Nope, Divine Blessing. It is such a versatile card. Now, granted, it is restricted to where you have to have spirits on board to be able to use it effectively, but it is so big when you're able to pull out that Divine Blessing. I will set a Divine Blessing turn 1, and I will not use it until the end game when the game is on the line, and that is the deciding factor.
That's an interesting way to go about that.
The one issue I have with Divine Blessing is there are games where it just won't come up.
That's fair. And I
You
totally
set
get
it
that.
it just never comes up.
I totally get
That's
that
like any
because I
other-
have run into that
that's like
issue
any other
myself
card.
by playing it. But my main thing with it is when it does come up, it is huge and it can swing the tide of a battle easily. You protect, you protect that
I can
2-drop.
appreciate.
You protect yourself from getting outpaced by them continually healing. You're able to, if they rely on a draw engine with Nog, you can shut that down as well. It's so, I feel like it's so underappreciated, and I get the factor that when it comes up and you can't use it, it sucks. But when you are able to use it, it is so huge. And it is it's one of those arguments where like it's definitely a when you're ahead type of card to have. But I just love it. I love the fact that there is an invoke counter that can counter things that are very staple in pretty much every deck. Ambrosia. Okay, they want to heal late game. They can't. I just Divine Blessinged it.
I think Divine Blessing gets really strong the second there's like one or two more strong invokes added to the game.
That's fair.
I think once that happens, Divine Blessing is almost a must play.
Huge. I love it.
Speaking of invokes, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not too up to date on all the stuff. Avalanche. I don't know. I think it's just like a niche.
Okay. Here's my thoughts on Avalanche. Okay. Avalanche is good for more frost and nothing more.
Disagree.
That's what I thought they did.
I think Avalanche is secretly a water card.
Yo, honestly, for real.
Yeah, no, you say that, and now I'm over here like, huh. Yeah, because Rise from the Depths is a thing.
Yep, it's secretly, because if you're playing a water deck, right, you can play like a Narpoon, and then you can like thin your deck out as much as you want with like a cheap version of Morphrost, like just play one Lycan, and then like an Indus and like 3 A-Bomb.
That is true. That is true. It is a weird way to look at it.
It's just a weird card, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just a weird card.
I think it fits in mill as well. Like,
yep.
Yeah.
Self milling definitely sucks in a mill deck because mill relies heavily on runes, and if you're self milling, you're more likely to get rid of those key pieces that you need in your deck. But it does help further the swiftness that mill needs, and mill is very slow. Avalanche helps speed up mill.
Here's one use case maybe I could see it working is if like you are playing like you're playing like a 3-drop and you're trying to get that 3-drop into your underworld. You have rise from the ashes in your hand, like, and you can just drop that down and be like, oh well, here we go. We're gonna put some pressure on that. I can see that working too, but it's like that's really complicated to do.
And then you get hit by Divine Blessing and it feels real bad.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
Yep.
That's what was so
Another
annoying.
Card
is like
that Divine Blessing can counter. You've got that card you want out on the field. Nah, Rise from the Depths doesn't work for you. I got Divine Blessing. Rise from the Ashes ain't gonna work for you. I got Divine Blessing. And then they're out, and then they're like, dang, now I can't do what I need to do.
And you're out 6. Well, you're out 6 spirits right there on that one play. If someone counters it. Like,
yep.
Cool.
Then they're just topping over in the corner.
GG's, boys.
Yep. GG's. I got Divine Blessing. Let's go. Divine Blessing has won me more games than it has lost me. I will say that. Now, I've run into this situation where Divine Blessing feels bad. I would much rather have a Gorgons, PTA, Shield, something else besides
Panda
that Divine
Box.
Blessing.
Yeah, just from consistency. Yeah.
Yeah, Panda Box gets a lot more relevance as well.
I was a base set Panda Box supporter, okay? I thought that was like a top 3 counter route. Okay, maybe not top 2.
Shuts
No,
down,
I did
shuts
think
down
it was top
Rummagem, shuts down other cards
Elachick.
with search. Elachick, Foamy, shuts it down. And we've discussed this before. I'm sure,
Mm-hmm.
Leo and Viper, Panda Box always hits with the mill. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Every
No,
time you get
I have never
every
seen.
time you get Panda Box, those top 2 cards are extremely important. And
There has
It's
never
like a
been a
magic
time I have not hit a Pando's box that hasn't been like, oh, well, you needed these cards. Haha, the funnies. And the box basically, the thing I always make the joke about is, oh yeah, the Pandora's box is just like a vacuum. You use it, it opens up, eats all your good cards, disappears. That's all it's there for.
I'm like 90% sure the worst Panda Box hit I've ever got was Gorgon's Ambro, and that's Gorgon's Ambro.
yeah.
Was that against me?
I think it was against Nova.
Because I know you got a bad Pandora's box rip against. Oh no, wait, that was somebody else. My apologies.
It might have been both actually, because I've done it a few times. I did it against Nova earlier today. But I was thinking of a time before where I hit someone's Gorgons and Ambro, and it's like that's the worst hit I'm getting off Panda Box. Sure, keep
Yep.
giving me those.
Right? Like for real, 2 staples in every deck, and you just sent them both to the underworld. Bye bye. Can't use them no more.
Oh no, I milled
Yeah.
2 Gorgons.
Oh, it's the worst thing ever. Yeah, no, for sure.
You ready for a hot take?
Oh, and
Give me the hot take. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Thunderstorm is better than Blizzard.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, I agree. I 100% agree. I run both. And Thunderstorm is better than Blizzard, but Blizzard is overlooked, right? Blizzard is overlooked based on the fact that it cannot be chained by counter runes.
I
that's
can
true.
agree. I can agree. Blizzard
I
is
agree with
overlooked, but Thunderstorm is better because I don't see no Blizzard popping no 4 Spirit Zeuses. Okay.
That's fair.
Not yet.
And honestly,
Not yet.
that's part of the reason why I run both, because there's certain situations where Thunderstorm is better than Blizzard, and there's certain situations where Blizzard is just all-time better than Thunderstorm.
Plus, I hope this gets in the future. Plus, Blizzard doesn't have any synergies currently, whereas Funglow and Bronzeglow exist for Thunderstorm.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm hoping for more of those like Sandstorm and Hybufin
Yep.
as well.
No. We don't talk about those cards. Those cards are bad.
Okay.
those are my children.
Look, they're not bad. They're just very hard to make work.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure I can cook something up. I'm sure I'll cook something up at some point.
Hold on. Okay. I retract that they're bad, right? But they're secretly Earth cards that want to be in a win deck.
There you go. That's the biggest issue with them, and it's very frustrating. Because if you look at it, Sandstorm changes all non-Earth enchanted Elestrals. So if you're running it in an Earth heavy or wind heavy deck, it changes your Elestrals to defense position too, and then they can't be changed back to attack position, and then you're like, crap.
All right. You ready for hot take number 2?
Give it to me.
The best tool Earth Beaters got in Frostfall is Sandstorm.
That's not a hot take.
That's honestly very true, man. I can wholeheartedly agree to that, and I would sub out Tsunami in Earth Beaters for Sandstorm.
Because then you can play like a cheeky P-Guster too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's filthy. Actually, I'm looking at I'm like catching up with all the effects, and yeah, that's kind of filthy. That's just not right.
Yep. I mean, and the fact that they can't change back to defense position, and if they're already in defense position, they just go back to your hand. That's huge.
Lets you get damage in.
I mean,
Let's Viscerous proc against things like a Sparkit or an Eletic or something.
Yep.
Absolutely bodies any fire card you can think of.
Yep.
Well,
That's so fair.
that was the big weakness of Viscerous to begin with. It's like cool, you get another one out, but it's like it's worthless. And if you don't have something to back it up, like you know what I mean, like that. Unless most of the time, if you're playing that, you had Gorgons or you had Shield to protect it. But if you didn't, which we've all been there, that baby's gone. That baby is gone next turn.
Yep.
I am of the opinion that the best Viscerous play, assuming you don't have any other spirits on board, is to sacrifice the first Viscerous with Altar of Stars to protect the second one to summon the third one.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, that's some high IQ.
That is my favorite Viscerous play. And we all know I hate this card. It's secretly written in the rulebook that I lose to Viscerous, okay? I don't know what it is. It's on page 72, subsection 14. Okay. That card is. I've lost that card more times than I've played this game, and I don't know how that's possible.
So, quick question: What do we think is the most worthless card in Pro Football? Like, what
Smokey.
do you think is?
Hey, you take that back.
I think Smokey has niche value. Okay, we haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
Okay, hot take number 3: Smokey's a mill card.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright, but I think
in order for its effect to hit, though, it has to be special cast. Like,
you usually
that
would
seems
do it
like a
off of
lot
cap
better.
perfume. Is what it seems like.
Yeah.
That's literally the only thing you would use it for, because why would you rise from the ashes of Smokey just to draw 2? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it seems like you're.
Hey,
It seems like you're really.
it makes
It's
sense
super
if you have 2 Humbust on board, or like a Humbust on board already.
Sure.
But
sure.
But hear me out. Smokey's appeal isn't with Humbust and it isn't with Rise, right? It's with Cinder and Cap Perfume, or Cinder and Exalt Flare.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair,
Yeah.
because you just you special ascend into it and then you get to draw 2. Yeah, I can see that.
Plus,
Yeah.
you Nexus to the Cinder to mill 3.
Tis true.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
I think Cinder is
You know-
low-key dirty in Frostfall.
It really is. I've come up against it, and it really is. I hated coming up against it, because I'm like, dang, now what do I do about this thing? Because this thing is a problem, you know? But I don't know. That's just, I'm of the opinion that Smokey, it has niche values, but I mean, are you really gonna run it over other options that you have currently? I
Probably
wouldn't.
not.
If I'm
Probably
playing
not.
mill,
I mean,
if I'm playing mill, every time. If I'm playing like a standard fire deck, God no, get it out of my deck. I don't want it.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I can agree to that.
Oh,
So what's your opinion on what is the worst or the least effective Viper?
I don't know
Empower
if
Watt.
this is gonna be a hot.
Empower Watt every single time. That card is booty butt cheeks. That card is
That's
fun.
what
I third that.
Yeah.
Empower Watt. That's such.
Hey,
that's
Yeah.
oh man. Ah,
Doesn't
the
even need to have
penguin,
it-
bro.
That
That's
card,
like
that
just
card
an-
should just say, I put everything on this one card to lose to Gorgons.
Mm.
It's a
Yeah.
cool card. Don't get me wrong. It's a cool design.
Cool. I think it's the funniest card in the game. If it works, it's hilarious. But
Oh,
the
yeah,
fact
no,
that
I
Man,
you
won't
lose
always
to
disagree.
Gorgons.
in my collection and it's never seen play. Not one.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Alrighty, are we ready to kick off?
Oh,
I think so.
it-
We agree collectively that Empower Watt is all of it's okay.
It
yes,
is.
yes,
Also-
it is fun. It is
Quick-
so fun. But are you really gonna be running Empower Watt when there's better options?
No,
I was-
not when Cryo Scorch is right there.
If you're playing Thunder Frost, why play Empower Watt when you can play Racer Ridge?
There you go.
that's
Racer Ridge
true.
infinitely better in my opinion.
Alrighty.
Last one. I don't know if this
You're
will be a
good.
hot take. It hurts me because I think it's a cool concept. Cerebral. I
Oh
think it's just
yeah,
worthless.
no,
I-
yeah.
Okay.
Love it. I love it.
Okay. All right, Steve. Well, I am the number one
Cerebral
Cerebral
defender.
believer.
Wait,
Trust me.
Cerebral? Oh, I thought we were talking Cerebral.
I wanna
Okay,
believe-
Cerebral is
I want to
good.
believe it.
Okay, Cerebral is very good. Cerebrum, bad. I'm just gonna say that outright right now. I am the number one Cerebrum believer, but you can ask Viper. I spent a while trying to
Yeah.
concoct a Cerebrum
I remember that
deck,
too.
and every single time we thought we had something nailed down with it, it's just like, do I really want this over Caprigal? Do I really want this over Javlantis even? Like,
Yeah, it gets worse when Javlantis is a better card.
you know,
That's
like
true.
it's so every single time you found a strategy that works for Cerebrum, it's just like, but in this instance, I've already got the back row control, so why
And
do I
it's-
need
and it's
Cerebrum
really-
just sitting there doing nothing? Let's just go ahead and put in a
Yeah,
Caprigal,
it's-
and then you can have infinitely more use in it.
That's fair.
It's really
That's fair.
just there to make sure people don't just put EQ or a defined
That's true.
like.
No.
Divine on the field.
No.
It's
Cerebral definitely calls out bluffs, and it gives you a workaround because you know what's back there. So you know, again, if you've got a targeting card like Thunderstorm or Blizzard, you know which back row to hit. If you have a play that you're trying to make, you know, okay, let me bait out that back row first because I know what it is now. Cerebrum just sits there and prevents them from setting back row. That is my biggest issue. If Cerebrum just locked back row completely to where you could not play runes, that's a different story.
Oh yeah, that would be different.
Could you imagine if Cerebrum was like a 3/5 that just said neither player can activate rune effects?
Yep.
That would be busted.
It doesn't need any more stats. It doesn't need anything. It could be a 3/5 that doesn't allow runes, and that is balanced.
It's the same as Sonic Core locking down players from playing counter runes.
Yeah.
That's true.
The thing is, you give up your offensive pressure that Sonic Core has because that card is a beast.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just I feel like Cerebrum will become better in future sets, but for now, I've tried. I really have, and every single time it was like, okay, I would much rather have Caprigal. I would much rather have another 2-drop water Celestial in his slot.
Wouldn't you rather just have P-Gust as well too? Like, you know, like going back to that card.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Like, there's just so many better options.
It's just infinitely better.
I would rather have a Chillalotl in place of Cerebrum.
That's true. Unfortunately, that's true.
Hey, all I'm saying is Cerebrum needs to transfer over to Thunder because it's secretly a Thunder card.
That's so true, though.
Okay, guys.
We take what we can get.
I know this is Frostfall, and so this is impossible, but if I don't see one Fowlikin today, I'm upset.
All right, listen. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can make a stellar one appear in here.
Hey, yo, Stellar Fowlikin, though? Like, Dan, come on, please. I'm begging.
Let's rock and roll.
All right. We got Panzer. We got
Yo,
that card.
Let's go.
Chillalotl.
We got Bungalow Daddy.
Boo Bear.
Arcturus.
Boo the Bear.
Arcturus.
Bro, I thought he pulled. I saw the Arcturus art, and I was like, if that's the Stellar Arcturus, if that's the one.
We already established long ago that I'm probably gonna pull the Morphroth.
Hold on. I want to call time out. I take it back. Empower Watt is not the worst card in Frostfall. Any card that's a bear, that's the worst card in Frostfall.
Look. Hey. Speaking on that, Urskote is like so good. I feel like Urskote definitely has a place to replace your Shield of Achilles.
Hey, Grave.
I'm disagree because it uses your normal action, and that is buns.
Grave, I'm gonna call this right now. This will be great for the viewers. I'm calling full art, and I'm gonna call specifically a full art lock right now.
No,
you're on the second pack. You're a madman. You're a madman.
You want to see? Viewers are gonna go crazy for this.
Say you're gonna pack Kaboofin, and then it popped up. I'm so upset. I didn't say it.
You're gonna. You know what? All of you are gonna be wrong. I got a feeling. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
It's a full art, but it's a lock.
I mean, that thing's sick though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yo, you got the full art lock, bro. Let's go. He called the full art on the second pack and still pulled it, guys.
Bro, arguably top 3 card in the game. Or top 3 deck. Top 3 deck.
Lockagon is so huge, man.
Because Lockagon in a vacuum is buns. Lockagon in a Lockagon deck is pretty damn good.
Lockagon is crazy, bro. Lockagon
Alrighty.
goes hard.
Yo, Giga Flora though, one of my favorite cards. Let's go.
Giga's definitely something.
Platypus,
My baby.
Boo Bear.
Forge.
Boo Forge.
I think you did the pack trick backwards. I think the Giga Flora was the rare.
Yeah, it 100% was.
Okay, so if it's a spirit up front, you put the front 2 cards in the back, and if it's a regular card in the front, then you put the back card to the front.
Black card to the front.
All right, but can we put some more respect on my boy Platypulse? Like, that card is so obnoxious.
Dude, Platypulse is so crazy. I love Platypulse so much. I thought he was so bad when it was revealed. I was like, this card sucks. But after playing with him, I'm like, dude, Platypulse goes off.
I thought to myself, maybe this is like a one of, or like, because like I couldn't get more than one, but like I went up to 3 a couple days ago, and I was like, no, this ain't it. And I put a 2, and that card has saved me so many times.
Yeah, Platypulse as a 2 of is I'm a firm believer because I've tried it both ways as well, Viper, where it's a 1 of or a 3 of. It fits so much better as a 2 of.
Yep, because out of 1 of, like, you want it more than you get it, and then out of 3 of, you're like, go away, I don't like you.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, we still haven't seen a stellar yet. So
Wait,
let's
we
see.
forgot about Permafrog. I take it back, Bears. I'm sorry. Permafrog is the worst card.
Look.
Yo, I
Okay.
take it. Yo, I take it back
Permafrog,
again.
I feel like is a very solid side deck option because of the fact that if you know your opponent is not playing either Frost or Fire, you can pull that out of your side deck and you can go crazy.
Yeah, that's fine. You can set up
Yeah,
Permafrog. I'll just volt you every turn for 3.
Okay, in that instant, sure, why not? Okay, I get it. All right.
I mean, like, yeah, a
Hold on,
1/3
Permafrog
2-drop.
loses to RT3 Rabbit.
Like,
Yeah,
a
I mean, it is
1/3
what it is, right?
A 1/3 2-drop is
Boo Bears.
it's a
Boo.
play. It's a play.
You're gonna
It's a
keep-
play.
I swear, man's gonna just keep saying Boo Bears to the end of time.
Bro, if I see a bear, I'm booing it.
Polar
You can't stop me.
Acne. There's a fun card that I think is getting
Hey.
overlooked.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
yeah,
gonna say,
that's definitely one.
speaking of not the worst card in Frostfall, Polar Acne's hype.
Polar
Definitely
Acne
a top
can put in
contender, I'll
some
say that
work,
much.
bro.
Hey, every time I see a bear, I'm going to boo it. You can't stop me. I mean, you totally can by just muting me, but I'm still gonna do it.
I've never. I mean, it's a necessary gimmick in the game, and I think it's got to be a meme till the end of time. I
Well,
agree. There.
My issue is boo and power up boo.
How many hollows have I hit so far? I've only hit one, right?
Yeah, you've hit the
Yeah,
full
you
art.
what,
That's
full
it.
art?
But
Hey.
you got the full art lock, man. That's the one that I want out of all of the full arts. That one and the Enfrostix. The Enfrostix full art is dope.
I like
My
the
issue-
Chivalry. I think I like the Chivalry.
I
Boo
swear.
Bears, they suck.
Piper's just gonna do this to the end of time. Every
Bro, I
time
will.
there's a new
If I see
bear.
a bear.
What's everybody's favorite stellar of the?
Oh, 100% lock.
Yeah,
no question.
Lockagon for me as well.
But,
Yeah,
Lockagon
but
is
we
so
also,
good.
but also we have 5 that are unrevealed, and I'm wondering if I'm gonna hit one of those tonight.
Let's find out.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Arcturus is kind of my style.
Arcturus
I'm gonna be
does
real.
go
Arc is
hard,
kind of
dude.
cheek. Arc
I like
is kind of
Arcturus.
cheeks for me. Arc is
Bro,
kind of cheeks for me.
All right, there's not gonna be a bear in this pack. I already know. No bears.
I just like the darker color, but I also like Greninja as a shiny too. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
fair.
I think
I
it's
like
I think it's the black ice look that really works for it.
yeah, I agree.
Boo Bears.
There's another bear, Glacierza.
Boo Bears. They're so bad.
Loaded.
I hate bears. They're an aggro deck that tries to be a control deck, and they do neither.
Bro,
Hey,
I wanna
Grave,
see-
we got this on recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. I want to make
Bro,
sure that
I
if I
want
do
to see these
potentially
reverse
pull a stellar-
stellars already. I haven't seen Dan's opened how many boxes? Like 50
At this point,
I
like
haven't seen one
15, I
reverse.
think. I think Dan has just had incredibly bad luck.
Oh
I
yeah.
think so too.
Because his odds of even like going.
Hey, there's the
over-
doodle. That was originally a
He's
hollow.
gone well over the odds of even
Bro.
pulling a reverse stellar and still hasn't pulled one. I
Weren't
think
the
he's
odds
just
like
got
what,
some
three
really
boxes?
bad luck.
Bro, you know my favorite.
I know
my
I'm
least
never-
favorite part of reverse stellars. They're the bears.
Best part about reverse
I
stellar
think
is
the Abomination was cool. The Abomination
Oh,
was cool. Though.
Okay,
Like,
I just personally don't care much for how they look, but I think it might just be because they're bears and I'm biased.
yeah, no, they're 100%
Honestly,
because
if
you're
we
British.
get a reverse stellar live here on the recording, then
That would be crazy.
I would lose it because that's still hype.
That would be crazy.
I would be hyped, but I would still boo it. Boo bear.
Dude, the Mountains of Boreas card's cool. Too.
Alrighty.
There's the
Yeah.
Hollow Spirit. Let's go, Flurmine. That's a good
Let's
one.
I
go.
still got a couple.
Not
I
a
still got a
bear,
couple
we
other
can-
hollows to go.
So the only hollows you pulled are the alternatives of the actual regular hollows, the full art and the spirit. So
Yep.
Back into
It's
this
entirely.
box, about to be
I know
crazy.
that it's not supposed to, but maybe one of these might be a one of these might be a one of the
bear.
hollows might be replaced as a stellar.
I hate
Oh,
the
I
bear.
pulled one too
there we
many.
go.
There's my
Nemi
boy. I
Sail,
gotta put
the
one off to the
boy.
tail.
Another
gotta
Korean.
put
Nevi
one
makes
off
up
to the
for the
side.
bear.
Cyprong. Capra.
Capri,
So
Okay.
all right.
who did you pay off?
Nemisail makes
did
up
you
for the
pay off?
tragedy that was the bear.
Who did you pay off to get your frostball stuff?
I didn't pay off anybody. I just ordered. I ordered him like within the first 15 minutes of it going up, and I just happened to live within an hour of the distro center.
Bro, what you don't know is he's
I-
secretly
I-
Dan all along.
I had to talk
Yo,
to the
honestly,
wife.
Just
for real.
secretly dead all along.
You know what? For real. Maybe I am. Maybe that's why I pull all the stones.
Narpoon hype. Let's go.
Yo,
Frostbite,
Narpoon's
Mine.
cool.
There's no one
Another
better.
very cool toolboxy
Oh.
card.
Yo, no bear though? That's the best part of this pack, is that there's not a bear.
Hey, Comagma for the fire players.
So I'm never pulling another stellar in my life after I pulled 2 out of 8.
listen.
Kickstarter
I
boxes.
pulled
Never
two.
again.
We'll show them to the viewers. We got Volcaris and we got Shattered Stars Indus. So
I just
anything is
can't wait
possible.
for-
And he has
I can't wait.
conjured a Pantera. He has conjured a Dratagua. And what's the other one, Leo, that you conjured?
Volcaris, Indus, and then I think I also might have conjured up what is it? I might have also conjured up a full art lock now that I think about it. Too.
Wait,
Yeah,
I just can't wait.
God, I love
for-
Cerebrum so much. I hate that he's just.
I think that this is
replaced so easily.
I think that this is a low. I think that this is a
it's
bottom
a
heavy box.
bottom heavy box is what it's
Yeah.
feeling like.
Bro, I can't
That's the
wait.
best kind of box. That's the best kind to have.
Bro, reverse
true.
stellar
What a
bear,
time.
I'm gonna boo. Let's go.
I'll have to
Brother,
sort
who-
through this later.
The one bear enthusiast is gonna be listening to this podcast and is gonna hate me.
Viper,
true,
everybody
though.
already hates you. It's
I
okay.
think, well, I
Thank
think there's
God,
probably
it took
more-
them long enough. Hate me, please.
there's probably more bear enthusiasts out there than we like to admit.
Bro, no. Remember earlier when everyone said I was a good person? They lied.
Oh man.
Cockatoodle, I think that's the
Mighty
first one.
Balloon, baby. That's another one of my
Yeah,
my
the pixel
favorites.
the pixel
Babloon-
art the pixel art Babloon really does it for me.
The Babloon is just such a good card, dude. I love how much it adds. Another Giga. You're hitting the Gigas.
That's I think
today,
that I think
man.
that's my third. I think
Yeah,
that's
you've
my
already
third
got a
giga. I'm
playset
just
of
gonna.
the Giga Flora.
I think I'm gonna clean. I'm gonna bring the trash can over so I can just drop all the trash into there.
Bro, what is Grave doing over there? Because he's a trash can.
Man, you're gonna get so many hate for that. That alone, the comment section is just gonna be like, "Yo, why is this man
Hey,
hating
I
my
could've
my host?"
I could have made so many horrible puns this whole time, okay? I guess you could say I'm unbearable.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I guess
Panzer!
I'm getting a little
Stop.
worried because it's looking like a lot of these aren't hollow.
Hey, boo that bear, though.
that would be crazy. Could you imagine?
If none of these are hollow, I definitely gotta say something to Dan.
Oh yeah, 100%, dude. If you don't get a single hollow, bro.
Well, aside from the alt art and the full art,
Well, it's not an alt art anymore. It's just a hollow spirit, but
is
Yeah.
it?
yeah, it's not
that
alt
would
art.
confirm. That
There
would
you go,
confirm
there's
that
your boy
he did not
Terrasail.
pay.
Oh yeah, I gotta put that aside. Took me long enough to pull one, I guess.
There's Cerebral. That would confirm that he did not pay off to get this box.
I didn't pay off anybody. You
Poison
can literally
Nectar,
ask the
let's
team.
go.
Hey, Nectar's
No, I
kind
know.
of.
You can ask all of the team. I can guarantee you that I have not paid off
No,
anybody. from
I
the
know.
team.
That's sick.
If I did, we'd have some issues.
Bro, it's because he's secretly Dan. We all know it, okay?
Listen, if I was Dan, then you know why am I not just getting more free product? You know?
You're in disguise. I see through your game. No.
Sure you do. Sure. It's looking like I might have to build more
Boo bear,
boxes.
boo.
Boo bears, boo.
I'm a little-
It's just gonna keep going.
I'm a little worried because it's looking like I might have to build.
Boo.
I might have to build.
How-
It's just
how
a
many
bottom
packs-
heavy box. That's all it is.
Bro,
Brother.
How many
No,
packs
okay.
you got?
the issue you're having is the bears existing is messing up the mojo. Okay, if they didn't exist, every pack would have had a hollow.
Yeah.
I hope.
It's the bears. Like join me
Hope
in my
for your
bear
sake.
state. Okay.
It's certainly
I hope for
building.
your sake.
It's building suspense. Building suspense until there's no hollows in it. And then people are like, "Oh,
Right?
Watch,
Like
Like
Grave.
the most
Grave.
anticlimactic box opening of all time.
Hey,
Oh,
at
there's a
least I got
trap.
to sit through like 20 minutes of me booing bears. Okay.
Draco Doodle is a good one.
hilarious."
Yeah, but it's not a hollow.
Blame the bears. I'm telling you, it's their fault.
I'm blaming you.
That's
You-
also
you-
fair.
At least you got locked. Yo, how,
Oh, yeah,
how many
no,
people right now are like cringing over the scissors on the edge of the pack? Like people are like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
no,
care.
that's I'm like well, every time I'm like, don't do that.
A personal preference of mine is to just rip them. I do not use scissors unless I
I-
absolutely have to, and in that case, I would much rather just leave the pack as be. I would not.
Nah.
I don't want to
Well,
take scissors to the pack.
I'll say this. Kickstarter packs were very easy to use scissors.
No, look.
The-
As a left-handed person who cannot use scissors in the slightest, okay,
Hey, I don't want to listen. I don't want to hear it, sir, because I'm also a lefty and I'm still managing to cut these packs with my right
Look,
hand.
I am incapable of using scissors. Okay, it's like my one weakness.
So what I'm hearing is you're just a papers player.
It
when it comes
sounds
to
like a
rock, scissors.
skill issue.
It is a skill issue, and for it to make up for it, I will.
Honestly,
do
so-
bears.
Not an
Package.
athletic move. Not an athletic move.
That pack did not want you to open it whatsoever.
No, I know, and it's unfortunate because it's looking
First
like.
hollow. Let's go.
Boo!
First hollow. First hollow.
Honestly, I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with the reverse. And there's the
Exalt Flare
exalt.
is a good one. There you
Hey,
go.
we like Exalt Flare. He's not a bear.
How many do we have? Oh my god, we have almost more than 12 left.
Oh, jeez.
Those
we
should
were
all
further-
be hollows. If none of those are hollows,
All-
bro, that's a full-on complaint to
Oh, God.
Dan.
Well, I
Like,
don't know.
dude.
I'm gonna just say this right now. I know for a fact that there was a Shattered Stars and Parawatt that was not supposed to be in here. Somebody pulled a Shattered Stars and Parawatt from a boost,
Yeah,
from a pack in
from
the
a
box.
Frostfall booster pack. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, we took
Meanwhile,
those.
I'm out here getting the back end of the stick.
Boo bear! I saw that. You can't hide
Boo
it.
bears.
That's gonna be his comment section. It's just gonna be hashtag Boo Bears.
Yeah, I hope so.
Let's
Please,
get
for
the
the love
Boo
of
Bears
everything.
hype up in here, man. Boo Bears.
Everyone boo bears down in the comments.
Look. I
We just-
can't.
we just
I,
get it-
I,
we get it-
personally,
get
I
it
cannot
trending.
say Boo Bears because I have not personally tried bears, so I do not know the exact functions
Oh.
of it.
I
Yo,
haven't
can I
either.
just-
Because every time I build it, I get halfway through and I'm like, wait, this sucks.
Can I just say right now, I'm not liking the fact that those are my 2 cards so far, and all I've pulled is 1 Terrasail and 1 Nemi. It's not making me feel good about this box.
Are you
Ooh.
still? Wait, we still got like just the spirit and the.
Yeah, that's
full
all
art?
we have so far is just a full art and then the hollow spirit. That's it.
And a bunch of bears
And a
that I
bunch
don't
of-
like.
We got something. We got something.
Boo!
No,
I saw
no.
it. You can't hide it. Boo! Boo!
I
Ursa
think we
didn't
got
count.
something here. I think we got something here. I
There
got
it
a
is.
feeling.
Divine blessing. Let's go.
Alright, it's
Alrighty.
not a bear. I'll accept divine blessing. Yay!
Now
Well,
we're
looks
hitting
like
all the
we're
hollows.
about to-
Okay, if it
we're about to
works out the way
pop
it's
off,
supposed
boys.
to, the rest of these packs are all gonna be hollows.
Well, I still have more in the
About
box.
to pop up.
Oh, there's a hollow here.
It better not be a bear. I'll boo it.
Another divine blessing.
Let's go. We take those. We take those all day.
See,
2
like,
divine
notice you
blessings
got-
in a box, bro. That's huge. That's hype.
All
mean,
I'm
that was-
saying
That was
is,
the same thing that happened with me and last one. I got 2 altars.
All I'm saying is that's back-to-back holos and back-to-back non-bear packs. So like,
He's got a point. He's got a point.
Hey,
Stop. Don't will a bear into existence, please.
I don't like the bears. I don't want to see them. I hate the bears.
Ah, there we
Let's
go.
See, look, no
Okay.
bear. I'm
you
just
gotta get
saying.
How many are we sitting
gotta
at right
get
now? We're sitting at
hashtag-
3. We're sitting at 3 aside from the others, so I should have a couple more to go.
Now, if you compare that to the bear ratio,
I mean,
Oh, I haven't opened this pack. I had a pack on the floor. I almost didn't open
Oh.
it.
this
floor
one has a
pack.
stellar.
Yo, watch him
Floor
call it.
packs.
Hey, Grave. I think I know what this is, and I think you're gonna be happy with it.
It's a stellar. I was right. Seal it watch.
Bronze and glow.
Oh,
Let's
Bronze and
go.
Glow.
Oh, that
Yes.
thing is actually pretty sick.
Hey, wait.
Dude,
That's
I'm
four.
so glad that Bronzeglow got the hollow treatment and over Draco Doodle personally, because Bronzeglow's artwork I feel like is just the absolute best.
Hey, that's 4 in a row with no bears.
Yep.
You know, Viper,
Bears of the
it's
kiss of-
very comical that you have a point.
The kiss of death right here. The bears are the kiss of death.
Exactly, bro. Bears suck. I told you. They're
Hey,
Circle the
let's
sky, and
go.
what do you
Circle the
know?
sky.
Another pack with no bears.
no bear. I'm
Stop.
telling you, bears are evil. We don't like bears. They suck.
Boo bears. Boo.
Bears suck at
Every
everything.
time you see a bear.
Hey, I have a humble request to title this episode "Boo Bears."
The one where we boo bears.
Oh my god.
No, you know what the crazy part is? Is Glaciersa's art is like kind of sick on the full art.
Oh,
Yeah, but I still have to
definitely
boo
is.
it.
Oh, let's go.
Got the
And-
Hibufin.
Yet again, no bear.
I'm gonna hit somebody, mods, somebody throw hands at them.
Bro, I need both a Chivalror and an Infurix. Oh, I have to have it. Those are thick.
Okay.
Still no bear. Is that a bear? Was that a bear? Boo! I saw that. That was a bear.
Hilarious. There's no hollow in this one.
Wasp Ivy, let's
Oh,
go,
let's go.
dude. That,
No, okay.
Dude, you're hitting some good hollows. Not even gonna
That's-
lie.
I'm waiting.
That
I'm
is
waiting
the
for the. I'm wait.
exception.
Listen. Mark my words, Grave. I already put my name on the line here. There's gotta be a terror in here somewhere.
Hey, that is the exception that proves the bear rule. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, boo, bear, boo.
You're gonna hear that the whole. I'm gonna hear that just the whole time.
Oh, you're gonna hear that in your nightmares.
There's
Oh,
your
there's
other
the terror
Terracell.
sail.
There you go. Shiver
Let's
roar.
go.
Boom.
Let's go. Where's the other one?
Yours.
Where's the other one? Where's the other one that I had?
You said
It's
to the
hiding
side,
behind all the
remember?
bears.
Oh, here it is. No. I had the signed one. The
It's
signed
somewhere.
one that
Oh,
I
the
had.
signed Shiver roar.
Somewhere. Yeah, it's somewhere. I'll find
Bro,
it later.
I'm not gonna lie. Those whatnot streams, no, I'm on. That's out of my paycheck. That's out of my budget.
Dude, honestly, those whatnot streams were ridiculous. The amount that people were paying for stuff. I was like, damn. Like, even me getting that Wasp Ivy, I was like, oh, I got in trouble with the wife for that one.
But was it worth it?
Yeah,
It was worth it. You know why? Because the very next day, somebody
Boo.
approached me for selling my full art Hephaestus from Kickstarter, and I sold it for the exact same price that I bought the Wasp Ivy for. So
Yo, let's go.
third
3 in a
Divine
row.
Blessing. We
Hey,
got the play set, dude. You can't
Play
ask
set.
for anything better. I'm just
I can.
saying.
I can ask for a lock.
You can't ask
no,
for
no.
lock. You can also ask for chains or lavalith, but in my opinion, the fact of the matter is Divine Blessing, 3 copies in 1 box. I'm happy.
dude,
Bro,
do all the
I'd be
lists
happier
have,
if there weren't any bears.
3 more packs. 3 more packs. You know the drill.
All right,
Pick
all right.
one.
I want to see
Pick one.
no more than 2 bears in these 3 packs because I'm sick of bears.
All right, let's
Pick
just
one.
get the obvious one out of the way first, and that's Imperawatt.
yeah. Get the bad one out. This one's gonna have 2 bears in it because it's in Power Watt. Okay, that's how bad it's gonna be. It's gonna be Earth Scout and Ursa Den.
Ursa.
Watch him
damn.
actually call it.
Hey, Ursa Den is a bear. It counts. I get to boo it.
That's another
Yeah.
card. Another card that was made just for hype, I think.
Which leads me to believe that stadium runes for archetypes are coming in future. There's an Ursa and oh, it's not the Ursa, it's an Ursicle, but it's
Damn.
close enough.
That's
He
great.
called
That's
two
great.
bears, and it was two
Pulling
bears.
two bears is great.
Vertilith!
Let's go.
Yo, that's such a beautiful card. Hold up, hold that one up a little bit. Hold up.
One sec.
Hey, wait. Can you hold up that Ursa den too, just for a second?
Nice try. What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We still have 2 more, I believe.
Yep, last 2 packs. Bottom heavy box.
Yeah,
There
2
you
packs.
go.
All right,
Dude, I'm gonna cry. I'm actually. Which
Bro,
one?
it's gonna
Which
be
one? Which one?
Go with
Okay,
Arcturus.
left.
we're gonna say the lock for last.
Yep.
all right. This
Lock,
one's
lock.
gonna have Urscout or Urscout in it, not
Maybe
Urscout.
lock.
That's a follow card.
There's gonna be a lock in the lock.
Nah, it's
Yo,
gonna be
if that's
it's all
called,
bears.
no. I want to just say, if that's called right now, dude, I will be so
Lock,
okay with
lock.
that. A lock in the lock. Yeah.
You locking in the
Bro, do you
lock
have
in the
bears?
lock. You know what I mean?
Hey,
You
listen, I
know,
plan on
bro.
getting another box anyway, so this will give me incentive too.
That's true,
Okay.
A
No
fourth
way.
Divine Blessing? Are you kidding me?
bro. The next pack's gonna be all bears, and I'm gonna boo the whole time. Do you know how mad I'd be? You know how mad I'd be if I got a booster box and I opened the last pack and it's all bears, bro? I'd be tilted.
Yo, I can't wait for you to like open your own personal box, and every single time a bear shows up, you boo it. Like
I will boo
in
it.
the
Boo,
privacy,
bear, boo.
I'm gonna
privacy and silence of your own home. Just
I
boo
will.
it.
No, you don't understand. I was opening up my my base set booster packs, and every time I saw a bear, I booed that shit.
Alrighty,
What are we
this is
looking
the last one.
Lock,
Boo. It's Glacier, so
Ready?
boo.
Lock.
3, 2,
lock.
1.
Bronze
Oh,
Glow.
okay.
Oh,
Okay.
hey, you know what?
I retract
Oh,
my
that's
boot
bad.
as that was not a bear.
That's sad. I'm not happy. I was guaranteed a stellar terror.
No lock.
So we got
is a
We got
field bet.
Bront, we got Verd, we got Divine Blessing, Shiv, Divine Blessing, Ivy, Hibufin, V3, Circle of the Sky, another Bront, Whalance, the 3rd Divine Blessing, 4th Divine Blessing, the Flurmine, and the Full Art Lockagon.
Well, at least you got one lock in the form of a full art. That's all I gotta say.
That's true.
I know, but it's not.
But you have to compare that to the amount of bears you got, which means is it really that good?
Fair.
I guess.
That's fair.
The entire.
I guess
entire
this is
set.
just incentive for me to go back in for another box.
Yeah, more bears.
I'm gonna throw hands with you, Viper.
As long as they're not paws, because then they wouldn't do much.
That's fair.
I guess that's
Looking at it,
fair.
looking at it, the Lockagon floor is it's hard to
It's
say.
insane. What's the who's
It's-
the artist for that, Leo? Can you see? Can you say that?
Giovanni.
Giovanni. Okay. Yep. He's awesome.
I listen.
That and then-
I like the full art lock. Don't get me wrong, but holy schnitzel, is it? I like it, but it rubs me the wrong way. That makes sense.
I don't know about that, man. That's probably my favorite full art of all time.
Also,
does it
the
look
worst
different
part
than it
is
does?
all I got is these 3. I got a Nemisail and 2 Terrasail, and I don't see a single other card that I need, and that's an issue.
Bro, you know what's an issue? The fact that I like all of the bear art and I hate the bears.
Man's gonna start a riot on Twitter. I
Bro.
don't like bears.
Oh no! You know what? Freaking
Hashtag
Kill
bears.
Williams is gonna be like, what is wrong with the Bears? Like
You know what?
the Bears organization is like, what's going on?
Maybe this just means that I'm gonna pull something in my starter deck.
Bro, Chicago mad at me. I hate the bears.
And on that note, thank you guys so much for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed this. We gotta go for now, but I hope you enjoyed the Frostfall box opening, and Again, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you've made it this far. I greatly appreciate it. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Take care, everyone.
Boo Bears.
Yeah.